All right, so a question that presents itself quite often is that everyone's looking to make a move somewhere else, either out of your country, out of your city, because obviously you want to become more economically viable. Now, understand when it comes to Thailand, more specifically Pattaya, that's what we're going to be talking about today, is that there's like a class system, if that's how you want to look at it. The lower class, just imagine walking down the street is about a 130-pound human with a backpack bigger than them with their life in it, and they're walking around basically trying to visit all 195 countries on basically the lint in their pocket. So what I need you to understand is that if you want to live like that, that's 100% fine. But understand that that's the lower rung of someone who's looking to budget themselves or maybe not spend any money at all. You're basically living in hostels. You're going to be somebody who is going to be eating a lot of street food, et cetera, et cetera. So once again, I am not in that class. I am not someone who's saying I'm better or I'm worse with humility, but that's not my budgetary constraints, so to speak. So where I fall is that I'm not basically a rich person, meaning that I can spend whatever I want. I have a budget, and the budget is around 4,000 US dollars per month, and that's including everything that I would like to do when I'm down here in Pattaya. So the first thing that we'll speak about is something called lodging, or where you're going to stay. So when it came to me this particular month, is that I spent $400 on a condominium. Then I spent another 1,000 on an Airbnb. Now, once again, this was not planned. I booked my stay last minute. A couple of circumstances happened in life where I kind of had to do things once again at the last minute. Now, if we delineate Pattaya and we look at it, there's Pratamnyak Beach, or this particular area, which is more quiet, and there's this Pattaya City, which is basically the belly of the beast, with all the debauchery and the degeneracy that is basically out there on the street, kind of analogous to Times Square back in New York. So if you can understand the two regions, if you've never been. So now the Airbnb on Pattaya City was actually $1,000 per month, which obviously is a lot. It wasn't a bad stay. But on the other side, which was, I feel, a much nicer place and more geared towards me, is going to be Pratamnyak, and I highly recommend it if you're going to stay out here. So when it came to lodging, it was around 1,000 a month, or it can range from 500 a month, contingent on the season and once again availability. Now, one thing as an aside is that I wanted to initially stay in Phuket because that's where I normally stay. But the thing was that I was priced out, meaning that it was around $2,000 to $2,500 per month regarding staying somewhere in Phuket, more specifically Rawai Beach and Patong is normally where I stay. Excuse me, I'm sweating out here. So I had to say to myself, well, I didn't come out here half of the year to spend more money than I normally do in the United States. So I had to basically peruse around and say, you know what, let's try Pattaya. So here we are, and we're going to discuss and itemize a little bit further on how much I spent. Now, like I said, everything regarding lifestyle is going to be what you spend. So now I'm somebody who still likes to get in there and train. So I do weightlifting, and I also use, Muay Thai as a conditioning, and I'm also a fight enthusiast for a long time. So I do privates when I come out here. So let's talk about the gym membership first. And the gym membership, once again, Muscle Factory is something I also highly recommend if you are a bodybuilder or a weightlifter. So that's going to be around 1,900 to 2,000 baht per month, plus the ancillaries if you want a towel or if you want a bottle of water along the way. So you got 2,000 a month as an approximate on your gym membership per month. Then secondary to that, like I mentioned, Muay Thai or a Muay Thai private. In this particular area, there's a place called Battle Conquer, which I highly recommend. And it's 1,200 baht per private. Now, a lot of you that train in Muay Thai are going to say, wow, that's a lot of money. Usually it's 700 to 800 baht. But now keep in mind, a 700 to 800 baht private is normally 30 minutes pad work. Don't get me wrong, it's intense, but this $1,200 baht out in Pattaya Battle Conquer Gym is going to be a 90-minute private where they basically stretch you. It's technique, it's pad work, and then they stretch you again. They ice you down. In my opinion, it's more a professional experience if you're going to partake in Muay Thai. So now, now that we got that out of the way, you have to figure if you're lifting weights, you're walking around, it's about 95 degrees right now. That's why I'm sweating on my balcony, is that you also have to factor in your laundry. Now, a lot of people do their laundry in their condominium, but there's nothing like giving your laundry to somebody. They're going to be washing it, pressing it, and they package it up very nicely. So you have to think when it comes to your laundry bill, it could be, in my opinion, I spend around 200 baht per week at least on my laundry. So that's going to be about 1,000 baht per month, maybe even on the low end. Once again, you should try to be hygienic out here and not wear the same clothes all the time, like I see a lot of people do, but that's okay. So now as we go further, let's look at it like this. So now that we go a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole, you also have to think of it like this. You could be somebody just that taps into Wi-Fi out here and doesn't spend any money on a phone. But just understand in this region, the Wi-Fi is unstable. And regarding certain things that I do regarding creating, I need sustainable Wi-Fi. So I actually have a Thai phone and a Thai phone number. So the upfront cost on that, if you're going to be long-term, could be, once again, it could be prohibitively expensive, but I spend around $40 per month regarding a phone plan, and that did not include the iPhone that I bought. So right off the bat, that was pretty pricey. But once again, if you have to turn on an international plan regarding like a Verizon, they hit you for $10 a day. And that's going to be an issue because you'll see that that adds up in a very big way very quickly. So once again, I hate to bore you with normal things like lodging and stuff like that. But what we're going to do now is that we're going to talk about normally why people tune in to this particular type of channel is that what's the local entertainment or enjoying the local culture going to cost you? Now, once again, if you're a complete savage and you're a monger and you're on a tear, you could be looking at anywhere from $6,000 a month just on that portion of living out here in Thailand. Because once again, there's the parlors, there's you ordering in, and then there's things that come along the way. If you want to get a holiday girlfriend, like I see a lot of these guys walk around with, holding hands, whatever works for you. Maybe you like that type of one-on-one intimacy, whatever works. But now just keep in mind that the sky could be the limit on how much you spend regarding local entertainment. Now, if we have to talk a little bit more seriously, I'm someone who gets massaged every day for 2 hours because, once again, combining the weightlifting or bodybuilding with the Muay Thai, I'm no kid anymore. So sometimes these massages are beneficial to sustain the training or the amount of training that I'm doing, once again, in this particular hot environment. So now, once again, if we dial back to the local culture and the local entertainment, we could put any dollar amount per month, depending on what your hunger is for these activities. So now, speaking about hunger, let's segue into your food. Now, once again, I am not someone who eats Thai food, nothing against it. I have the stomach of a 90-year-old where I cannot handle anything spicy. So what I usually look to do regarding booking a destination is I look around to see what has the best and most price-effective American food / bodybuilding fitness food that I can source out. Now, if you're going to eat the way I eat, you would have to assume that in America, which is out of control, that's besides the point, that's probably a video for another day, it's going to be like $25 for a hamburger and a side. In Thailand, it would be $10 to $11. That the same meals that parallel each other, or if you want some grilled chicken, they call it chicken steak out here with sweet potatoes, you're looking at about $9 to $10. So when you do the math, if I eat 3 times a day, that's $30 a day regarding me consuming food out here. Plus you have to add in, if you're going to be somebody who buys water, once again, your water bill will add up. So if you do a couple of waters a day, you have to include that. And then obviously at the end, I'm going to give you a hard number on what I spent this month in Pattaya. So look, hopefully you get something out of this. And here we got the numbers, and I'm going to itemize it very quickly in the next slides. Once again, if you're going to come down here, Hold on to your wallet and be careful about the decisions you make. All right, we'll talk soon.